All right, everybody, welcome. This is the unofficial GPSA Hefe, bringing you some down and dirty information on a new product that's new with Verizon Connect installs, and it is a SDLC cable. And I know it's a little bit hard to see here. What it is, it's a Y cable where this end is going to go into the back of the new Ford OBD2. It's the black box that's down in the normal OBD2 or data link position. It's held in with two 8mm nuts and two studs that come down from top to bottom. Anyhow, we used to have to remove that box in order to provide a Y cable or bridge that connection. So they've come out with a new cable. This is one end of it. This will plug into your OBD2 box from the back. And as you can see, it has a release tab on it here. That will plug into that box. The OEM connector will plug into this end here. And it too has a set of grooves and everything in here. So it's kind of idiot proof you can't put it in backwards. The other end of this is going to plug into the left side of a Zergo box. What this allows you to have is ground, hot, and switched ignition coming straight from the data link or OBD2. It enables you to not have to do an old school OG 3-wire hookup, and it's kind of convenient, and it's almost fail-safe for lack of better words. This adapter right now is only available on 2021 and some 2020 Ford products. We didn't see it in 2019, but we have seen it in 2020. It's definitely made for 2021. It's also fused, so don't be afraid to check this on a service call. There is a 3-amp fuse inside of this. Feel free to put a zip tie around this during your install while you're prepping your harness. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, well, that's good. That's good for a straight install. What are we going to do if we have to add driver ID? Great question. What we're going to do is take the old style harness, the old school normal input, output, or main harness, if you will, and we're going to go ahead and fabricate it. So we attach our buzzer to it, and we're going to bridge the hot and the ground. We're going to leave our plugs open on the bottom so we can add our two-wire connector here. This one happens to be blue and gray for your driver ID reader, or button as we call it. Of course, this is for your privacy button, which we seldom see. And this is for your good old Garmin connection for a Garmin navigation interface. The quick down and dirty on this, and I want to show you guys, is you take your normal harness, okay? You have your two violet wires here for input, output for PTO. I'm just trimming those down to size and getting them out of the way. The other thing we want to do is take this. You can see this is our 3 wires coming in, like we'd be using for a 3-wire hookup. I'm going down about, I don't know, about a hand width, a little more than a hand width. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that there. The nice thing about this is I can just pull this out like so. It just pulls right off. Now we've got red and white sitting right here. And what I found to do, because it nests very easy, is kind of cut it so you have a full length and a half length, and that's only about 2.5 inches out from the Molex connector. And I'm going to go ahead and trim these up and get these ready for a red butt connector. You can use a blue one. It won't hurt it. It holds on tight. You will not lose the wire. The wire should not slip out as long as you perform a decent crimp with a proper tool on there. So there's one side of it. I'm going to go to the other side here, and I can twist the end off of this. Make sure there's no extra wiring sticking out. And I'm going to line my connector up like so, and I can put this in. There we go. I've got a great connection on there. And by the way, I'm using a Faycom crimper in case you're looking for something that's easy on your hands. Once you get as old as I am, your hands start to ache after doing this stuff for years and years. Anyhow, back to our assembly of the harness. We're going to go ahead and attach our buzzer, okay? And of course, you guys know it only goes in one way. It has a latch on top and a tab on this 3-pin Molex, even though we only have 2 wires. So we're going to take that and bring that around and kind of bring everything together right here into the center. So now I've got this all in the center. We got to be careful around here. We got a resistor in line there. So what I'm going to do is It's actually starting to come out a little. It looks like it's coming out a little bit, but we're only doing a test on this. No big deal. So we're going to add our zip tie. And be the nice guys that we are, we're going to go ahead and flush cut it. So there's our harness. We can now run this with driver ID. This will connect into the Xirgo box, like so. That plugs in. The buzzer driver ID setup is getting power from the Xirgo, so we can operate the buzzer. The only thing we need to connect is we'll mount our driver ID button into the dash, and we will bring that two-pin lead, typically black and gray or whatever. It's a 2-pin plug that goes on the end. We'll plug that in to this plug right here. And as you know, this is directional, so it only goes in one way. It'll click into place. That's it. Make sure you strap your box down. Put a zip tie around everything right here so everything is nice and tight. Make sure your box is secure in place and there's no movement. And that's it. That's your SDLC install using the new SDLC cable from Verizon Connect. And this is for 2020 and 21 Fords only. Last but not least, very important, you have to call this device in to tech support and let them know you are using this with an SDLC configuration so they can remotely do something to the firmware on the box so it'll know that, hey, ignition on is going to be sensed through whatever technology they use, and they're not looking for the standard key on and key off like they usually do. So that's it. If you have any questions, call tech support. And again, this is the SDLC cable prep and down and dirty for the new SDLC harness only for Fords that we're using at Verizon Connect. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.